is now under a fire danger risk. Details on the counties affected.
Plus, Jasper County remembering Deputy Leslie Wade a year after her passing, as we look back at what her sister said about her devotion to her job and her children.
And new laws are going into effect in Texas in 2026. The controversial bill that's been put on hold involving age verification and parental consent for minors online. 12 News Daybreak on 12 News Plus starts now. Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for waking up with Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Tia Johnson.
And I'm Mark Armstrong. It's 7:01. Let's go ahead and get a first look at your weather with meteorologist Jeff Gerber as we take a live look outside from our Roofing 911 live Skycam network here above Orange. Traffic moving along there on the interstate. Jeff standing by with the forecast.
Yeah, and that cold front blasted through here overnight, and now we're seeing temperatures dipping down into the 40s. Most areas are in the 40s right now, from 49 in Beaumont and Silsbee, also Kirbyville to 46 in Woodville, 45 in Jasper. Orange at 50, but probably will be dropping into the 40s here over the next half an hour to an hour. And then Port Arthur currently showing a temperature of about 51. Outside, we're showing 50 over towards Packard the Prairie in downtown Beaumont as we look at the Port of Beaumont this morning. Look at those winds out of the north at 21, 22 miles an hour. See some gusts over 30. So, boy, look at all those birds. Wow. Wow. Anyway, I've never seen anything like that on our Skycam. Wow. Anyway, so yeah, look at those winds, and those winds are what's causing a higher fire danger today. So we're going to watch out for that. And you can see all across the area, mostly cloudy skies. That's the way we'll go through the afternoon with temperatures up into the lower 50s for today. So we'll dip down into the 40s for a little bit this morning, then back into the lower 50s with those gusty north winds. Gets cold tonight, the next couple of nights. We'll look at that forecast coming up in weather.
All right, Jeff, let's go ahead and take a look at the local counties that are facing a fire risk.
According to the Texas Division of Emergency Management, the incoming weather system could create conditions for fires to spread. This includes Hardin, Jasper, Jefferson, Newton, Orange, and Tyler counties as a strong cold front brings windy conditions to our area. These conditions can create the perfect recipe for wildfires. And this morning, we're remembering Jasper County Deputy Leslie Wade, who was killed in a crash a year ago last week.
Yeah, she was 24 years old and left behind 2 children. According to DPS, Deputy Wade was off duty when she crashed in the back of an 18-wheeler in her Jeep at the intersection of Highway 69 and FM 1818. Now, she served Jasper County as a bailiff and patrol officer, even helped evacuate residents from the devastating wildfires in 2023. Now, last year, her sister Megan said that Leslie had a huge heart for her job and her children.
She was a great cop. She put her heart into every single day. There'd be days that she would break down to me and cry about things that she dealt with, but she just, every single day she went back. Her children were her pride and joy. They were her life.
Deputy Wade worked for Jasper County for about 2 years. She was also a former member of Zavala Volunteer Fire Department. And a beloved Orange County business officially closing its doors Wednesday.
Robert's Steakhouse closed earlier this year, but their other business, the meat market, is also shutting down. According to a Facebook post, owners Robert and Becky are retiring after 45 years of service to the community. The market will open at 9 this morning instead of 8 a.m. as staff prepare for a final sale. All grocery items and drinks will be 50% off, though meat is not included. The family has been a staple in Orange County since 1980. In a matter of days, more than 30 new laws will take effect in Texas, so we're going over what you need to know.
Yeah, first, starting next year, local governments are going to have to be more open about how they calculate your property taxes. Senate Bill 1023 requires tax forms to include direct links to the documents used to verify each number. There's also a new rule aimed at protecting taxpayers from public schools. Senate Bill 1502 prevents school districts from raising taxes above what voters approved without a new election. And if you run a business, here is a money saver. House Bill 9 gives businesses a huge jump in the tax exemption for inventory, going from the current $2,500 exemption to $125,000.
There will also be help for those who get laid off. House Bill 3699 makes adjustments to the unemployment claims process. It streamlines processing for initial claims to make faster determinations for laid off workers. Come the new year, there will be new rights for property owners as well. Senate Bill 38, or the squatters bill, requires courts to speed up eviction trials and appeals by scheduling them within 10 to 21 days of an eviction petition. Meanwhile, a controversial Texas law has been stopped from going into effect on January 1st. Senate Bill 2420 would put age verification and parental consent requirements in place for minors.
Yeah, the federal judge who blocked the law says that it likely violates the First Amendment, but supporters say that it's all about protecting kids online. As Orkle Mana with our sister station explains, tech experts say they understand both sides.
Senate Bill 2420, also known as the App Store Accountability Act, was signed by Governor Greg Abbott this May after it passed through the Texas state legislature. It requires app stores and app developers operating in Texas to verify a user's age and get parental consent for minors when downloading apps and making in-app purchases.
There's always a major risk, anything that you do online.
Technology expert Michael Garfield says he's all for protecting children, something the bill's authors and sponsors have said is the goal of the legislation. Garfield understands that, but also says parents should already have safeguards in place.
There was a parent's decision. It wasn't the government's decision. So at the end of the day, and I think the intent of this bill is smart, trying to protect children from online, but it also comes down to proper parenting.
SB 2420 also requires app developers to create age ratings and disclose the reason for those ratings.
Do you think that's a good step to have the app developers put these age ratings on?
You know, I kind of look at apps the same way that movies are rated, or let's go back to video games too. I mean, there's ratings for video games. There's T for teenagers and what have you. There's PG-13 movies. There's R movies, and people use apps more so than movies or video games right now. And I think there should be ratings.
The Computer and Communications Industry Association sued the state in October, saying the law infringes on free speech rights. And on Tuesday, a federal judge temporarily blocked the law from being enforced. U.S. District Court Judge Robert Pittman sided with opponents, saying parts of the law are unconstitutionally vague, adding that it likely violates the First Amendment.
And that's an age-old question, certainly since the age of the internet. You know, what is our rights and what should we have the opportunity to do? And actually, what should we be blocked from? And that's what the government and all these internet or the ISPs, they have to get together and they really need to figure it out.
And that was Orkle Mana reporting.
Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton's office has already filed an appeal to the judge's ruling. Meanwhile, nearly 24 states will be rising the minimum wage in 2026. In some areas, it'll be more than double the current federal minimum wage.
Yeah, so how much more will folks be making, and what could this mean for the economy? Jen Sullivan explains.
Millions of Americans could soon receive higher paychecks. That's because 22 states and D.C. are raising their hourly minimum wages in 2026. In 2009, the federal minimum wage was raised to $7.25 an hour. It hasn't changed since. That's why many states, like the ones in dark blue on this map, have already set higher minimum wages. The highest is in Washington, D.C. at $17.95 an hour, more than double the federal minimum wage.
It will definitely help people at the lower end of the income distribution.
Amit Babapil is a professor of economics at Rochester Institute of Technology. He says while it's good news, it's not going to solve the affordability crisis.
Wealth inequality in the United States, where the difference between the 1%ers and the 99%ers is staggeringly large.
According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the amount of hourly workers who earned the federal minimum wage or less last year was around 1%.
The vast majority of employees at small businesses already earn above.
Andrew Chamberlain is the principal economist at Gusto, an HR payroll firm. He says history shows small changes in wages don't have a huge effect on businesses.
Companies either absorb the cost or they'll pass some of it forward in the form of higher prices to consumers.
Most of the wage increases will take effect January 1st. Oregon, Alaska, and Florida will raise their hourly minimum wages later in the year. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
And unfortunately, the minimum wage here in Texas is going to remain at $7.25 an hour. Now, at the federal level, there was a bill introduced by Texas Congressman Al Green that would have increased that rate to $10.59 an hour on January 1st, while another by Missouri Senator Josh Hawley called for an increase to $15 an hour. Both were referred to committees where they remain untouched. And before we head to break, if you are looking for something to do this evening, consider heading to Doggett Ford Park. Mannheim Steamroller is bringing its Christmas tour to Beaumont. Grammy Award winner Chip Davis's show has been a holiday tradition for 40 years, and it features 15 musicians playing more than 20 instruments against a backdrop of multimedia effects. Tonight's show starts at 7:30. You can buy tickets on Ticketmaster. And still ahead here on 12 News Plus, we are taking a look at everything we couldn't get enough of in 2025, the biggest obsessions of the year in your trending news. But first, a cold front that is sweeping east means brutal winter storms as it clashes with unseasonably warm weather. How it's impacting holiday travel ahead of the new year.
To the spot welders and forklift drivers, to the pipeline technicians and plant operators, to the chemists, custodians, and contractors, and the engineers, pilots, and wellhead pumpers, to the people working day after day keeping our Power City rolling, 12 News is telling your stories.
Extended the temporary restraining order.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue, filtering out rumors, and giving you the facts direct from inside sources.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers.
Taking on the story from all sides and all angles with award-winning coverage.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Southeast Texas is a power city, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, "Don't mess with Texas" means don't litter.
It's time to honor our local educators with the 12 News Golden Apple Awards. Once a month, 12 News will surprise an educational staff member who has gone above and beyond to make a positive impact on the lives of Southeast Texas students. Nominate your educator by going to 12newsnow.com/Golden Apple to do your part in showcasing the heroes that make a difference both inside and outside the classroom. The Golden Apple Awards every month on 12 News.
From Dallas to Houston, San Antonio to Austin, it's the news that moves all of Texas. Texas News Now. One power-packed hour with enough Texas news to fill a 10-gallon hat. Your top headlines, weather alerts, and big travel updates. No matter where you're headed, across town or across the state, we've got Texas covered. Texas News Now, weekdays noon, only on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Meteorologists say a cold front that is sweeping east across the country is clashing with unseasonably warm air. The result, a string of brutal winter storms that are pummeling the Northeast. CNN's Amy Kiley has more on how it's impacting holiday travel.
This is kind of the last hurrah for folks that haven't left already to return home.
Many post-holiday travelers face weather delays and dangers today. Storms spawning along a cold front are affecting tens of millions of people. Much of the Northeast is dealing with severe snow and ice storms.
The ice is our main concern. I know temps are supposed to warm up. Ground temps are still cold.
In the Midwest today, forecasters warn blizzards are the concern. They say snow could meet winds up to 60 miles per hour in some areas. The FAA says Chicago O'Hare Airport had a ground stop yesterday.
Oh, shoot!
Utilities report more than 100,000 recent power outages in the region. In Iowa,
14 vehicle crash just ahead of my vehicle that's being cleaned up now. Zero visibility.
Some communities, like this one in Illinois, are recovering from tornado damage. Meanwhile, FlightAware reports about 10,000 U.S. flight delays and 800 cancellations yesterday. That follows another rough day for some passengers Saturday.
I just want to make it home to my own bed tonight.
Going with the flow, wherever the wind takes me.
In places across the country, the upside of the winter weather is the joy it's bringing children on holiday breaks.
We're trying to find a good area to do a snowball fight.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
We're on the tail end of that storm system moving through the Midwest. We're getting cold air. Of course, we're not going to be getting the winter precipitation like they are up there. And you can see temperatures dropping this morning. We're down around 50 degrees at Packer-LaPrade in downtown Beaumont. We've been seeing north winds anywhere between 15, 25 and gust over 30 and even up to 40 miles an hour through the overnight into this morning. Mostly cloudy skies, starting to lighten up now this morning. Here's the view from our 12 News studio, brought to you by Mid-County Plumbing, as we look eastward towards downtown Beaumont. And fairly dry out there this morning. We had a few sprinkles, had a little bit of light rain overnight, but that seems to be starting to dry up. Most of the areas in the 40s, 49 in Beaumont now, as well as Silsbee and Kirbyville, 46 in Woodville, 45 right now in Jasper. Feels like 50 in Orange and 51 in Port Arthur. Here's the front. It's now making its way out into the Gulf. Behind it, we had a few light rain showers. Those are starting to dry up a little bit. We'll deal with mostly cloudy skies throughout the day and won't have to deal with too much in the way of rain. Matter of fact, this whole week looks like it's going to be on the dry side. But right now, radar looks pretty quiet across the area. As we head into, say, mid-morning, we'll still be looking at some upper 40s, and then eventually we'll make our way back up into the lower 50s as we head towards the afternoon. But won't get much warmer than that thanks to some cloud cover and those gusty north winds. Temperatures in the 40s this evening. Overnight, we're expecting temperatures to drop off into the 30s. So it's going to be a cold night tonight. And looks like tomorrow night it'll be even colder as we expect temperatures to drop down around the freezing mark. So our forecast for today, mostly cloudy, north winds 15 to 25. Temperatures there in the lower 50s. You'll need the jacket, maybe a coat for the day. Tonight, partly cloudy, north winds coming down a little bit. We'll see temperatures anywhere from the middle 30s here in the triangle to right around the freezing mark up towards the lakes. And then it looks like Wednesday morning, everybody will see temperatures right around the freezing mark or just below there. You don't have to worry about the pipes, but definitely pets and people, you need to make sure you're bundled up and the pets have a nice warm place to be. Plants also, if you stuck them out in the warm weather over the weekend, you want to bring those in for sure. Temperatures right around 60 on Wednesday. Will be at 69 on Thursday and then jump to 76 on Friday. We have another front coming through. This one will go through with not much fanfare as far as rain, but it will bring our temperatures back down into the 60s as we head towards Sunday. So pretty cool out there for this morning. We'll warm up a little bit towards the end of the week and then we cool back down once again. Like I said, this is going to be a dry week though. We won't see really any rain in the forecast through the next 7 days.
Doesn't sound bad to me. Just kind of wish we had those temperatures for Christmas instead of New Year's Eve, you know, but hey.
People want it to be cold one day and then back up to warm the next day.
That's what's going to happen. You just missed it by a few days. All right. Thank you, Jeff. And just a reminder, you can download our app at any time to get the latest on the weather. You can check the radar tab or check the radar by going to the radar tab. 7:18 right now, and in your trending news this morning, we are taking a look at everything that we just couldn't get enough of in 2025.
From the blockbuster movies that packed theaters and the trends that took over our lives, Deborah Roberts takes us through this year's biggest obsessions.
The vibe in 2025 at an all-time high. We witnessed groundbreaking winds.
Oh my God!
Moonbeam up, up, up. And debated, Labubu or Lafufu? Really, it's all 6'7". Don't worry, we don't get it either.
I feel like my ears to the streets. Don't have a clue.
I thought it was 7, 8, 9.
The only 6'7" most of us know was star 67.
Dictionary.com's word of the year, 6'7". You read the definition, you still have no idea what it means.
Let's leave 6'7" in 2'5", please.
The revolution about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy.
The kickoff to this year's music obsessions left not one single crumb.
My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke put little baby in the. Be humble. Sit down.
What I love about Kendrick Lamar is that he is not afraid to bring it. He brought everything from LA culture, Compton culture. He brought out ex-girlfriends of his enemy.
And he brought the most viewers for any Super Bowl halftime show ever, with more than 133 million tuning in.
I loved Kendrick's jeans. What were those Celine bell-bottom flared jeans? I loved it.
Turn this TV off. Turn this TV off. Turn this.
And the Grammy goes to Cowboy Carter.
Beyonce finally winning a Grammy for Album of the Year was about time.
And I hope we just keep pushing forward, opening doors. God bless y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All year long, musical magic was in the air, literally, for Benson Boone.
Ice cream, taking off your blue jeans, dancing at the movies, 'cause it feels so mystical, magical.
To see him go from sitting at the piano at American Idol.
Does this sound good to you guys?
To having one of the biggest tours in the world and being one of the best singers in the world. It's pretty special.
I think you come for the music and you stay for the mustache.
In 2025, the Pop Factory was in overdrive with new music from Tate to Taylor, Sabrina, Chapel, Jenny, and the ever iconic Lady Gaga. And all around the world, so many going wild for this year's most surprise obsession. Time Magazine's 2025 Breakthrough of the Year, K-pop Demon Hunters.
For the fans! I go into the convenience store and see the characters on a Ramyeon cup, or two guys running in the park would be blasting Huntrix.
I could sing the whole album to you. Golden and Soda Pop are two of my favorite songs.
Every subsequent success of being the #1 Halloween costumes, getting 5 Grammy nominations, 2 Critics' Choice Awards, 3 Golden Globe nominations, like every single thing has just gotten crazier.
Hot tricks don't miss how it's done, done, done.
So much entertainment news this year. It's hard to believe it all happened in 2025.
I was just thinking that you kind of forget, especially like Super Bowl halftime performance. That's at the beginning of the year. You forget about all that stuff.
Already looking forward to next one.
All right, it's now 7:22. We are taking a live look at Beaumont. Jeff will be back with your forecast.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business.
Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
It's time to honor our local educators with the 12 News Golden Apple Awards. Once a month, 12 News will surprise an educational staff member who has gone above and beyond to make a positive impact on the lives of Southeast Texas students. Nominate your educator by going to 12newsnow.com/Golden Apple to do your part in showcasing the heroes that make a difference both inside and outside the classroom. The Golden Apple Awards every month on 12 News.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
We're working to get more information from Beaumont Police.
Join 12 News weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m., keeping you informed on what matters most.
And keep you safe when weather impacts your day.
Following the excitement with your team.
Covering local issues that matter in your community.
Watch 12 News at 6 and 10 p.m. and stream on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Welcome back. If you are looking to travel and have some time away from the kids in 2026, well, there's a new adults-only cruise that is launching off the Gulf Coast next year. Carnival Cruise Line's Carnival Dream is going to set sail from Galveston and travel all the way to Barcelona, Spain. The 1,000-foot boat is going to feature several themed bars, restaurants, and other activities. The first voyage takes off in February. Jeff, how's that weather looking out there?
It's turning cold out there for this morning. Temperatures dropping down into the 40s. Right now we're showing 48 in Beaumont, 49 in Orange, 51 in Port Arthur. Up in Deweyville, Guy reporting around 50, 45 now in Jasper, and it feels like the middle 40s up towards Woodville. Travis reporting 46 degrees there. Not the day for the boat. Our forecast along the coast, very rough with a gale warning out. You can see Texas Point, we have north winds at 29, gusts at 35, water temperature in the middle 60s. North with 20 to 30 knots, seas from 4 to 6 feet along the coast. Our next high tides around lunchtime at 12:30, then 9:08 tonight. Our sunrise was at 7:11. Our sunset is at 5:26.
And coming up on Daybreak here on 12 News Plus, Jasper County is remembering Deputy Leslie Wade a year after her passing. We're going to look back on her devotion to her job and her children.
Plus, the latest on the deadly mid-air collision between two helicopters in New Jersey. Hear from a witness who helped comfort one of those pilots after the crash.
And a big man on a big mission gets a little help from NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal, why the star is sponsoring the KeyMock debt. Coming up.
And it's now 7:26, getting cold out there. Looking at the skies of Port Arthur. We'll be back with more news and weather in just a few minutes.
Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for joining us here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Mark Armstrong.
And I'm Tia Johnson. It's now 7:30. Let's take a look at your top stories this morning.
Authorities in Mexico report at least 13 people killed, 98 injured after a train derailed Sunday. The intraoceanic train carrying 9 crew members and 241 passengers crashed near Nizanda. Officials say 139 passengers are out of danger, while 98 were injured, 5 critically, according to the president. Mexico's attorney general has launched an investigation into this derailment.
French actress and fierce animal rights activist Brigitte Bardot died over the weekend. Fans placed flowers outside her home and under her statue in Saint-Tropez Sunday. In a makeshift memorial, Bardot became an international celebrity after her role in the 1956 film And God Created Woman. Her career as an animal rights activist earned her the Legion of Honor Award, France's highest distinction.
And a beloved orange business is closing its doors Wednesday. Robert's Steakhouse closed earlier this year, and now their meat market also is shutting down. According to a Facebook post, owners Robert and Becky are retiring after 45 years of serving the community. The market opens at 9 this morning for a final sale with all grocery items and drinks 50% off, meat excluded.
All right, let's take a live look outside now from our Roofing 911 Skycam network. Looking at downtown Beaumont right now from this view, meteorologist Jeff Gerber has got that forecast.
I can see a little bit of sunshine out there this Wow, I took in too much air.
Got excited about that forecast.
Ooh, I was ready to go, and then that air came in there. Wow.
Oh, shoot.
It's getting cold out there this morning. Temperatures right now drop back down into the 40s. 43 in Jasper, 44 in Woodville, 48 right now through Beaumont, Silsbee, Kirbyville, 49 in Orange, and then 51 in Port Arthur. Added that, some gusty winds out of the north. You'll need to bundle up a little bit. Here's the view outside, and we have mostly cloudy skies. We'll see kind of this cloud cover throughout the day. This camera brought to you by Mid-County Plumbing as we look off towards the east, towards the sunrise for this morning on our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. But we'll stay in the 40s through about mid-morning, and then we'll rise back up into the lower 50s for the afternoon. So it's going to be a very cool afternoon, especially with those gusty north winds. Looks like a couple of cold mornings ahead. We'll look at those numbers coming up in weather.
All right, Jeff, let's go ahead and take a look at the local counties that are facing a fire risk this morning. According to the Texas Division of Emergency Management, that incoming weather system could create conditions for fires to spread. And this includes pretty much our entire viewing area: Hardin, Jasper, Jefferson, Newton, Orange, and Tyler counties. As a strong cold front brings windy conditions to our area, these conditions, they can create the perfect recipe for wildfires.
This morning, we're remembering Jasper County Deputy Leslie Wade, who was killed in a crash a year ago last week. She was 24 years old and left behind 2 children. According to DPS, Deputy Wade was off duty when she crashed into the back of an 18-wheeler in her Jeep at the intersection of Highway 69 and FM 1818. She served Jasper County as a bailiff and a patrol officer, and even helped evacuate Jasper County residents from the devastating wildfires in the summer of 2023. Last year, her sister Megan said Leslie had a huge heart for her children and her job.
She was a great cop. She put her heart into every single day. There'd be days that she would break down to me and cry about things that she dealt with, but she just, every single day she went back. Her children were her pride and joy. They were her life.
Deputy Wade worked for Jasper County for about 2 years. She was also a former member of the Zavala Volunteer Fire Department.
Well, in just a matter of days, more than 30 new laws are going to take effect in Texas, so we are going over what you need to know.
First, starting next year, local governments will have to be more open about how they calculate your property taxes. Senate Bill 1023 requires tax forms to include direct links to the documents used to verify each number. There's also a new rule aimed at protecting taxpayers when it comes to public schools. Senate Bill 1502 prevents school districts from raising taxes above what voters approved without a new election. And if you run a business, here's a money saver. House Bill 9 gives businesses a huge jump in the tax exemption for inventory, going from the current $2,500 exemption to $125,000.
There's also going to be changes for those who get laid off. House Bill 3699 makes adjustments to the unemployment claims process. It streamlines processing for initial claims to make faster determinations for laid off workers. And come the new year, there's going to be new rights for property owners as well. Senate Bill 38, or the squatters bill, requires courts to speed up eviction cases by scheduling them within 10 to 21 days of an eviction petition.
Whether you get health insurance through work or buy it on your own, you should pay attention to this next story. Federal subsidies that have kept premium lows are set to expire in 3 days. Reporter Julie Garza shows us, with open enrollment set for the first, there are some steps you can take to reduce the financial toll this is set to take on your family.
The Affordable Care Act marketplace is how many Americans buy health insurance when they don't get it through work. For the past few years, enhanced federal subsidies have kept premiums lower. Those subsidies are set to expire December 31st, and analysis show average premiums could more than double for some people. Families will likely feel the biggest impact because covering multiple people on one plan can mean higher monthly premiums and higher deductibles. But Texas has a little-known law that gives state officials more control over how plans are priced on the ACA marketplace. Using a strategy called silver loading, the state can push up the price of mid-tier plans on paper, which increases federal subsidies while keeping other plan costs lower. This could reduce out-of-pocket costs for families, but it's not automatic and depends on how it's implemented. Right now, Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services reports that nearly 5.8 million people nationwide have already selected plans for 2026, including about 950,000 new consumers, and over 4.8 million people who already had coverage have re-enrolled. So here's what you can do right now. Review your current ACA coverage and see what your plan will cost for 2026. Watch for state-level changes. Silver loading could affect premiums for some plans. Use the Kaiser Family Foundation ACA Premium Calculator to estimate next year's cost. And keep open enrollment timing in mind. It runs through January 15th, so families don't have time to shop or switch plans.
Well, now to a big moment in Kemah yesterday, literally. NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal, he stopped by City Hall to support a man who is chasing his dream of becoming a police officer. Jordan Wilmore hopes to be Texas's tallest officer, but he initially fell short of passing the state peace officer exam. Now Shaq is helping him get another shot. Shaq says that he found out about Jordan's story through Instagram, and he says that he wanted to offer words of encouragement and sponsor Jordan in the academy. Shaq's also a certified peace officer in California and Florida. Listen to what he had to say to the crowd yesterday inside of Kemah City Hall.
From 7-footer to another 7-footer, I know how it is because in this adult world that we live in, 24, he's still a baby. You know, most youngsters don't realize that before you succeed, you must first learn to fail. So I just wanted to tell them, hey, don't look at this, don't be embarrassed. You just got to go back in and study harder. It's similar to playing
Shaq says that he also failed his own state exams before becoming certified as an officer. Wilmore said that he felt blessed getting to meet Shaq and is grateful for his sponsorship. And now to a deadly mid-air collision between two helicopters south of Philadelphia. We are now hearing from a witness who helped comfort one of the pilots after the crash. Here's ABC's Hannah Butta.
This morning, dramatic video shows a helicopter spinning out of control seconds before crashing near Hamilton Airport in southern New Jersey. Black smoke billowing into the sky, witnesses calling 911.
I see one helicopter slowly descending down in a rotating motion, almost as if the rudder and the tail they'd lost control. And then I see a second one come down with the same issue behind it.
One pilot died. The other pilot rushed to the hospital critically injured. Both were reportedly flying close together in tandem. It's unclear why.
My husband just started screaming and said, call 911.
One witness and her husband rushed to the scene with their neighbor, trying to comfort one of the pilots.
There was a man in there. He was conscious and breathing and, kind of just looking around. And the only thing I could think to do was just hold his hand and talk to him. So I just laid in the ground next to him and just was hey, we're here. Don't worry.
The owner of a local restaurant says the pilots ate breakfast together yesterday.
It's hard to believe. It's hard to believe. They seem to come in all the time together. They fly in together and they seem to be close.
Hannah Bata, ABC News, New York.
Brian Cole Jr., the suspect accused of planting pipe bombs in Washington, D.C. near the headquarters of the Democratic and Republican parties on January 5th, 2021, apparently disliked both political parties and felt violence would be justified.
That's according to federal prosecutors after a request was filed Sunday to keep Brian Cole Jr. behind bars as he awaits trial. Sunday's filed request was written by Assistant U.S. Attorney Charles Jones, who said something just snapped in Cole. According to Jones, when Cole was first interviewing with FBI agents, he originally said he didn't recognize the person from surveillance video who was allegedly planting the devices. He was reminded that lying was an additional criminal offense. That's when Cole admitted he was the individual seen on surveillance. Prosecutors said Brian Cole told FBI agents he felt extreme acts of violence were justified towards both parties because they were in charge.
Still ahead here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus. High school basketball fans, get ready. Holiday tournament action is here. The local Southeast Texas teams taking the court across the state.
And next up, 3 days before New Year's Eve, Times Square is already packed. Why thousands showed up early and what it says about the hope heading into 2026.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it.
We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers.
We are normal people just like you.
And together, we can make a difference.
Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
409 Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses.
It's the heart that makes up the game, the triumph of the human spirit.
It's agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify a community.
We give you the stats, but then we inspire you with the stories. The unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable.
We bring it to you all because sports lives in the 409.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, "Don't mess with Texas" means don't litter.
It's hard to really come to terms with dementia. There are little things that you can't even begin to plan for that happen that you need the early diagnosis for. My mom has done so much for me. There's no way that I wouldn't do the same for her. It's so important to have the conversation with your doctor earlier because you just do not know what the future holds.
Are you at the mercy of your bladder? If leaks are keeping you from living your best life, you should know that it doesn't have to be that way. Incontinence can be treated. Don't wait to get the help you deserve. The National Association for Continence is a nonprofit organization that's helped millions get on the path to a life without leaks. Visit nafc.org now to download your free pelvic floor muscle training kit and become the boss of your bladder.
3 days before New Year's Eve, crowds gathered in Times Square to say bye to 2025 in true New York City style. They braved the cold to write down all the bad memories of the current year on paper and then rip it up in the hopes of making room for better luck and fortune in the new year. Here's ABC's Sophie Flay.
By overspending, overeating, and negativity.
Just 3 days before an estimated 1 million people are expected to jam into Times Square to ring in the new year, New Yorkers and tourists alike came together to ring out the old year and what's become an annual pre-New Year's Eve tradition.
I am closing the curtain on unemployment, endless job applications, and self-doubt, and by 2025.
Sunday marked the 19th annual Good Riddance Day, in which participants wrote down bad memories from 2025 on a Broadway show-style ticket, ripped it up, and saved the stub for the new year. Things like debt, family drama, apartment pests, and yes, even job drama.
bad salary in the past and bad salary negotiations in the past.
The event was organized by the same people who are putting together the big show on New Year's Eve. It was hosted by actor Jonathan Bennett, best known for his role more than 20 years ago as Aaron Samuels, opposite Lindsay Lohan in Mean Girls.
It's a factorial, so you multiply each one by n.
Wrong. Is that the summation?
Yeah, they're the same thing.
Wrong. He was so wrong.
But on Sunday in Times Square, he was so right, encouraging everyone to enter the new year with a clean slate.
We are going to say good riddance, and people can come up and say good riddance and close the curtain. Since we're in New York City, the Broadway capital of the world, we are going to close the curtain on 2025 to welcome 2026.
And to remember not to allow stress to overwhelm you in the new year.
Trying to control things that are out of my control. So I think that, like when you're stuck in traffic already and you can't change anything, just enjoy the podcast you're listening to, and because in the end, like, extra stress is just adding to the negative feelings.
Sophie Flay, ABC News, New York.
And I'm done with Tia's negative attitude for it. Next year. I'm not going to deal with it anymore. So
why would you even put me on blast like that?
Just want to see if you're listening.
I want to be done with haters. Gerber.
You know I'm just kidding. Negative attitude.
Just
anyway,
come on with that forecast.
See what I'm saying? 43 in Jasper, 44 in Woodville, Kirbyville and Silsbee at 48, 47 in Beaumont, 49 in Orange. And we're looking at about 51 degrees right now in Port Arthur. It's much colder out there. We'll see highs barely making it into the lower 50s today, so you need to bundle up a little bit. Here's the view up in Jasper. You can see mostly cloudy skies. This camera brought to you by Provalis up there, looking at the Jasper County Courthouse on our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. As we look at the cold front, it's down into the Gulf. It pushed out some of those light showers we had earlier, and now we're dealing with some of the colder and windier conditions coming in behind the front. Matter of fact, out in West Texas, you can see right along I-20 there, they might be dealing with a little bit of frozen precipitation here and there. They've got some weather warnings out in parts of New Mexico. Our futurecast takes us out of the 40s, but not till late in the morning, and then just up into the lower 50s as we get into the afternoon. We fall back into the 40s this evening, and we'll stay there through the evening hours, and then eventually we'll push back into the 30s with partly cloudy skies popping up as we go through the overnight into tomorrow morning. So be ready for a cold start tomorrow morning. For a lot of folks, it's cold out there this morning, even though we're in the upper 40s. It's that wind that's really making a big impact. North winds at 15 to 25 today with mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures lower 50s, and then for tonight, look for middle to lower 30s. We could be around freezing up towards the lakes area, but just at around freezing. So no worries about running any water or the pipes. Even tomorrow morning or Wednesday morning, as it gets even colder, I think we'll be fine there. But make sure those pets have a nice warm place. Make sure any plants that you want to wrap up are wrapped up for the next couple of mornings. You can see both Tuesday and Wednesday mornings will be down in the 30s, even 30s for Thursday, but we'll be generally middle to upper 30s, so away from the freezing mark. You see a little bit of a warm up Wednesday, Thursday, all the way up to 76 on Friday, and then with another front coming through, this next one not as strong, we'll dip down into the 60s again as we head towards Sunday.
Yep, that's what we have to say about that forecast today.
I'm not saying anything because Jeff want to put you on blast during newscast.
No, he does. Jeff, you can just take the rest of the week off.
Oh.
Okay.
Deal. And just a reminder, you can download our app at any time. You can get that forecast whether or not Jeff's here. You can check the radar by going to the radar tab in the app.
409 Sports, brought to you by Golden Triangle Emergency Center, Orange.
Well, high school basketball fans get ready for some holiday action.
Yeah, the Lee College Classic, it tips off at 9 a.m. this morning at Lee College in Baytown. Two local teams, they are heading to join the holiday tournaments. The Port Arthur Memorial Titans are going to take on Katy Creek in the Gold Division at 11:30 this morning in the Lee College Arena. Meanwhile, the Port Neches Groves Indians are facing Cy-Fair in the Platinum Division at 10:25 a.m. at Lee High School.
Meanwhile, the 60th annual Conroe Christmas Classic is happening today in the Conroe High School gym. The tournament is divided into 4 groups. Beaumont Westbrook will play Willis in the Miracle City group at 12:30 p.m. And then Silsbee takes on Concordia in the Lake Conroe group at 11 a.m. and Hampshire Finette opens against Hightower in the Lumbertown group.
And the East Chambers Holiday Classic is going to feature most of the local teams in one tournament. Today, the East Chambers Buccaneers, Vider Pirates, West Orange Stark Mustangs, Harton Jefferson Hawks, Evadale Rebels, and Beaumont Kelly Bulldogs, they will all hit the court. For more information, check out the East Chambers Facebook page.
And the number one team in the TABC polls, the Beaumont United Timberwolves, will be playing in the 85th annual Dr. Pepper Holiday Invitational in Dallas today. The Timberwolves are in Pool B along with Kimball and Frisco Memorial. Good luck to all the local teams competing.
Then up in the college ranks, the Lamar women's basketball team is going to play one last game before 2025 ends. The Lady Cardinals, they are 5-5 overall and 2-1 in Southland Conference play. They're going to travel to Commerce to face East Texas A&M on New Year's Eve. It will be just the 10th, or this will be just the 10th meeting between the two schools, with Lamar leading the series 6-3 and on a 4-game win streak. Tip-off is 2:30 p.m.
The Lamar men's basketball team will try to finish 2025 on a high note. The Cardinals are 5-6 overall and 0-2 in Southland Conference play. They face the Northwestern State Demons today in the 63rd meeting between the schools. Lamar leads the series 33-29 and has won the last 4 games. The Cardinals are 9-21 in conference road games. This will be the first of 4 straight road games. Tip-off is at 6:30 p.m. tonight. And when Daybreak returns on 12 News Plus, we'll have more news and weather in your morning rush out. The time now 7:51.
From Dallas to Houston, San Antonio to Austin, it's the news that moves all of Texas. Texas News Now. One power-packed hour with enough Texas news to fill a 10-gallon hat. Your top headlines, weather alerts, and big travel updates. No matter where you're headed, across town or across the state, we've got Texas covered. Texas News Now, weekdays noon, only on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
To the spot welders and forklift drivers, to the pipeline technicians and plant operators, to the chemists, custodians, and contractors, and the engineers, pilots, and wellhead pumpers, to the people working day after day keeping our Power City rolling, 12 News is telling your stories.
Extended the temporary restraining order.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue, filtering out rumors, and giving you the facts direct from inside sources.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers.
Taking on the story from all sides and all angles with award-winning coverage.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Southeast Texas is a power city, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont. It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business. Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
Welcome back to Daybreak here on 12 News Plus, 7:54 right now, and it is time for your morning rush out.
Here's everything you need to know as you start your day. We're remembering Jasper County Deputy Leslie Wade, who was killed in a crash a year ago last week. She was 24 and left behind 2 children. According to DPS, Deputy Wade was off duty when she crashed into the back of an 18-wheeler at Highway 69 and FM 1818. She served Jasper County as a bailiff and a patrol officer, and even helped evacuate Jasper County residents from the devastating wildfires in the summer of 2023. Deputy Wade worked for Jasper County for about 2 years.
A beloved orange business closing its doors Wednesday. Robert's Steakhouse closed earlier this year, and now their meat market is also shutting down. According to a Facebook post, owners Robert and Becky, they are retiring after 45 years of serving the community. The market opens at 9 this morning for a final sale with all grocery items and drinks 50% off, meat excluded.
Let's take a look at the local counties facing a fire risk. According to the Texas Division of Emergency Management, the incoming weather system could create conditions for fires to spread. This includes Hardin, Jasper, Jefferson, Newton, Orange, and Tyler counties. As a strong cold front brings windy conditions to our area, these conditions can create the perfect recipe for wildfires.
Yeah, it's those winds today out of the north between 15 to 25, gust over 30 that could cause some problems. So try to stay away from any fires or anything like that. Temperatures in the lower to middle 50s today, lower 50s again tomorrow after we start off in the 30s. Even colder on Wednesday morning, will be down around freezing. Warming up for the end of the weekend towards your weekend, and then a little bit cooler as we head towards Sunday and early next week.
Well, ever wonder where all that confetti comes from in Times Square on New Year's Eve? Well, it starts at the Wishing Wall. The Times Square Alliance has reopened its annual Wishing Wall, where New Year's hopes and resolutions are turned into official confetti dropped when the ball falls at midnight. Every wish submitted by December 29th, either in person or online, will be printed onto real confetti released over the crowd on New Year's Eve. So if you're not in NYC, you can go to the city's website, submit your wish virtually, and they'll put it on a piece of confetti for you. So cool. You can take part of the celebration without even being there.
Wow, definitely something to look forward to for New Year's Eve.
What would you wish for?
I don't know. Just wish for a great year, I suppose.
And you?
I'm not telling you.
Okay.
She wants a new meteorologist. Come on.
I wish somebody would have a better attitude.
Well, then you need to make sure you put your name on that sticky note.
Thanks for watching Daybreak here on 12 News Plus, where we are a loving coworkers here.
We'll be back here at 11.
Have a great day, everybody.